Today is February 18th, 2020. We're in Berochos Memvav. Rav Zera Cholash, Rav Zera got sick. Allah Gavei Rav Avo. Rav Avo went to visit him. Kabbalah, so he accepted it upon himself. I mitvich, ktina charek shaki. If that was a nickname of Rav Zera, like a man of like a big thigh, something like that. Maybe he was big. Maybe it was a certain physical characteristic. If he gets healed, avidna yuma tov l'rabbanan. It's like he said, I will make a suda for the chachamim. Itpich, Rav Zera got healed. Ovid sudasa l'kula rabbanan. So Rav Avo made a suda for all the chachamim. Kimot l'mishrei. When they came to Boitseya, to who's going to cut the bread, Omerle Rav Zera lishri l'mar. He gave Rav Zera the honor of cutting the bread. Omerle lo sevel l'mar lahad Rav Yochanan Omer balabayis Boitseya. Don't you know of the halacha that the balabayis should cut the bread? Sharalahu. But he cut it. Kimada levruche. And when it came to bench, again, Rav Avo wanted to give the honor to Rav Zera. Omerlu nivrich l'mar. You bench. Omerle, so again, Rav Zera said, Lo yisrael l'mar lahad Rav Huna dimin Bavel. Don't you hold of what the din of Rav Huna of Bavel, to Omar Boitseya Bavarech? That the one who cuts the bread should bench. However, Iyu, Kemansfir, like who does he hold like Yehadra Rav Yechim Mishum Rav Shim ben Yochai? That Balabayis Boitseya v'orech Bavarech. That there is a rule that the Balabayis should cut the bread and a guest should bench. Why? Why is that? Balabayis Boitsei Kadeshi Botsa Bayin Yofa. See, if a guest cut the bread, he's going to cut it into. He won't do it by Ayin Yofa. He's not going to cut himself a big piece. He's going to be humble, But the Balabais will cut a big piece and give it to everybody. And why should the Oirech Bavarach Kadesh Yavarach Balabais? Remember, in the benching, we insert a paragraph where the bencher gives great brachas to the host. So it doesn't make sense for the host to bench. It makes sense for an Oirech to bench and give the host various brachas. My Mavarich. In fact, the nusach of that bracha appears in the Gemara. He wrote some. May it be the will of Hashem, that the Balabais should not be embarrassed in this world, but not in the next world. The Rebbe Moisef Badvorim. Now, Rebbe added an addition to the bracha. He said, V'yitzlach ma'od b'chol nechasav. He should be successful in his business ventures. Remember, Rebbe was a wealthy man, so Rebbe knew the importance of wealth. He said his assets should be close to the city, so he doesn't have to travel far to deal with them. And the Sutton shouldn't have his eye, lo b'maseh yodav, lo b'maseh yadenu, not on the Balabais stuff, not on our stuff. He shouldn't lead to bad thoughts or chatoim. So that's the nusach of the bracha that is in our bench. Now, ad heichon birchas hamazon hazimun. What is the end of birchas hazimun? What does this mean? Rav Nachman Omer ad nevarech. Rav Sheshes Omer ad azon. This is something that Elazar mentioned a few days ago. We said that, let's say there are three people at a table at a wedding, and one guy has to leave early. He wants to bench, but the two of the people are still eating. The one person can't force the two to stop eating. But if the two want to leave, they can force the one guy to stop eating, because you can't eat. You can't eat while you're benching, so he has to stop for a certain period. So the question is, how long does he have to be mafsik for? That means the single guy now should stop eating while they bench. Now, what is considered at the end of the zimun? So there's a machlokas. One says once you start getting to the benching, you finish shalom, and that's it. Once we start benching, he can start eating again. However, The other mandamer holds that the zimun doesn't conclude until hazanas hakol. That's where Elazar got this din, and that's really how we paskin, that he should wait until they get to hazanas hakol, then he can start eating again, because the zimun continues till then. And nema ketanoi, this issue is machlekes tanoim. The tani chad birchas hamazon shnayim ushlosha. Now, we know that there are four brachas in birchas hamazon. The first one is hazanas hakol. Then ala arts v'lamazon. Then you have Bonei Yerushalayim, that's the third. And then they added in Yavna Hatov U'Meitiv. So one Tana said, Birchas Hamazon is either 2 or 3. V'tani idich shloisha v'arba. It's either 3 or 4. Now, what is this? Savru dekula alma Hatov U'Meitiv lav doraisa. Everybody holds that Hatov U'Meitiv is not doraisa, it's only Mirabanan. So then what's this machloikas 2 or 3 versus 3 or 4? My lav hakamifki. Manda omer shtayim v'sholish ksover ad hazon. That when you start Rabbi Sainav Arech until hazon is one bracha. And then al arz v'hamazon is bracha number 2. And then Bonei Yerushalayim is bracha number 3. And then the Tov Meitiv doesn't count because it's not midoraisa. Umanda omer sholish v'arba ksover ad nevarech. That really finishing the stanzas of Rabbi Sainav Arech Yishem Hashem, that's one bracha. Then Hazaras HaKol is the second bracha. Then Al Ha'aretz V'Hamazon is the third bracha. Then Bonei Yerushalayim is the fourth bracha. That's why 3 or 4. So the Chora, the Gemara wants to say, this is the Machlokas Tanoim regarding this issue of where does the Birchas HaZimun extend to? Does it extend to Hazaras HaKol or no, only to the top? Or is this low? There's no Machlokas like this. Really, Rav Nachman Mitarza Tamei, Rav Sheshet Mitarza Tamei. Each one explains according to his own reason. Rav Nachman Mitarza Tamei, the Kula Alma Ad Nevarech. Really, the Zimun ends once you start Brachato Azar Oilam Kula Betuva. That's the Zimun is up until Ad Nevarech. And therefore, Manda Omer Sholosh Va'arba Shapir. And that's why you have 3, because you have that's called a bracha. Then you have Azoras HaKol. Then you have Alaras V'Hamazon. And then you have the fourth one, Bonei Yerushalayim. There's a special dispensation made if you're a balabayas and you hire a whole bunch of workers and the workers are working for you. So you have to give them off to eat and to bench. But they don't have to say the full benching. That Tov V'Meiti, they have to go back to work already because it's not midoraisa. Domer Mar. Poisech Ba'azon, the Kodel Bonei Yerushalayim, the Birkas Haaretz. They sort of make a shortened benching and they don't do the whole thing. Rav Sheshet Mitarza Tamei, Kulam Ad Hazon. Everybody holds that the Zimun is until Hazon is called the end. Mandam Shtayim Shol Shapir. That 2 or 3 is good. Mandam Shol V'Arba Ksover Hatov V'Meiti D'Oraisa. He held that Hatov V'Meiti, the 3 and 4, the fourth is Hatov V'Meiti. On Rav Yosef Teda, the Hatov V'Meiti Lav D'Oraisa. Nobody holds Hatov V'Meiti is D'Oraisa. Shari Parla Makar Moisa, because we see the workers don't even say it. If it's D'Oraisa, how would the Poyalim not say it? Another proof that it's not D'Oraisa. So, for example, when we start benching, Baruch Atah Hashem and then we end Baruch Atah Hashem Azar Sakol. That's called Poisech B'Baruch and Choiseng B'Baruch. So real brachas have an opening and a chasima, but Baruch Atah Hashem Hu Heitiv Hu Meitu V'Ladnu doesn't end. It's our Lo'olam Ali Chasreinu. Period. There's no bracha there, so there's no chasima. There's no chasima. It's not a real bracha. Kidetanya. Kol brachos kulon poisech ben b'baruch v'choisem ben b'baruch. For example, tonight when we learn Ma'ariv, Baruch Atah Hashem Amariv, Baruch Atah Hashem Bidvaro Amariv Aravim, Baruch Atah Hashem Amariv Aravim. So that's a full-fledged bracha because it opens with a bracha, it closes with a bracha. Now there's some exceptions. Chutz mebirchas hapeiros. When we say Baruch Atah Hashem Boi Priya Eitz, there's no opening and there's no closing. Ubirchas hamotz, hamitzvos. So when we say Asher Kiddush Mitzvah, it's al natilas lula. So that's a bracha, but there's no opening and closing bracha. Ubracha smucha lechaverta. Not every bracha opens and closes. So, for example, sometimes you have a bracha emes ve'emuna, which ends because that is it's samuch to the bracha of Oyav Amo Yisrael. But, sometimes a bracha that's close to a previous bracha doesn't need an opening bracha. Ubracha achrona should be Kriyas Shema. The last bracha in Kriyas Shema is an example of that. Yesh man sheposech ben bebaruch ve'en chosim bebaruch. Some of them open with a baruch and don't close with a baruch. The yesh man shechosim bebaruch ve'en posech bebaruch. Some of these brachas that are close to a chaverta, they don't start with the bracha, but they end with the bracha. That, and here comes the punchline. V'atov v'ameitiv posech bebaruch ve'en chosim bebaruch. But michlad the bracha b'fnei atzmehi. But it is a bracha on its own. Rambam Nachman Yitzchak Teda that tov v'ameitiv lav doraisa. Another proof that it's not doraisa. Sharei oikros bebeisa avel. In the house of the avel, you don't say atov v'ameitiv. Kiritanya, Maino Omer beisa avel. Baruch atov v'ameitiv. Rabbi Kiva Omer Baruch Dana Emes. So atov v'ameitiv in Dana Emes low. Elaema af atov v'ameitiv means they say Dana Emes and atov v'ameitiv. And so you see, since it's not said fully in the house of the avel, it also must not be doraisa. Marzutra Ekla be Ravashi. Marzutra visited Ravashi. Isri be Milsa, there was an avel. Pasach ubar chatova meitiv. LMS, Dain ve'emes. Shofit b'tzenik lokech b'mishpat v'shep l'lomo. Lasapor kritzonik kichod rochav mishpat. Shakol shalom anachlu imo. This is what they would say instead of the atova meitiv. It would be a different nusach. And we have that nusach in our benching too. V'avodu v'chol anachnu. Chayavim l'hodisol l'varchol goyder protzes b'Yisrael u'yigdos Protza Zobi Yisrael, they should close the gate that opened up here. L'chayim.
So what is after Atov V'ameitiv? When we have now?
Harach.
We have after right.
Those are psukim. Psukim.
So when did that come?
So that came even later.
And is that why sometimes people stop after Ali Chasvena?
Do people stop? It's just no.
When they're like in a rush or something.
No, I see what people like when they're benching with a coast.
Right, that is also, yeah.
So after Ali Chasrena, they put it down.
Oh. Right.
And I don't know anyone, but we all say the end.
Right. I've seen people like during the week sometimes, like when they're like in a rush, they like. I'm not thinking that one can't do that. I'm just thinking I've seen it. I don't know what that means.
Lehechan hu choizer. Mish nitzarf lezimun. V'amar le'alibad Rav Sheshes pircha zimun ad hazan. V'hutzruch zel liyos mafsik. Remember this one guy has stopped eating while the other two are benching until they finish. Ad shigmar v'varach brach hazan. V'chazar zeh shehiflik yishnayim v'gomer sudos. Now this guy, one guy, finished his eating. Where does he now jump in? When he finishes his meal. When, right? Does he have to start from the beginning, or what does he do? He starts from the beginning. No, he goes to where, because remember, he listened to them saying the first stanza until Hazara Sakol. So he can just pick up from there. That's the halacha. Even the Chachamim are wise. The Persians apparently had very good etiquette by meals. They know more about how meals should be conducted than we do. So like this. Bizman shehin shnei mitos. Now, when we say that they recline on like a divan. It's like a sofa.
Like the Romans.
And, they would literally recline, like a full reclining. So there would be a sofa. Now, we're talking the godel is here. Now, let's say there's the second to the godel. Where does he go? To the foot of the person or to the head of the person? Where do you align these sofas? Okay? So, Bizman shtei mitas godel meisiv berosh v'sheni lamala himenu. He's like, so that means he's like, the next couch would be put this way. Let's say there's 3 of them, and there's a hierarchy, the godel, the second guy, the third guy. So the second guy goes in front, and the third guy goes to his feet. The question is like this. If the godel wants to talk to his sheni, then what does he have to do? He has to almost like get out of the bed to talk to him. So he has to he has to, he has to sit up because man shumutiv ena yochel daber molafisha shein lo achrei rosho shel gadol hu pnei gadol mesubim l'tzad acher v'tov lo sheish shein lo lamata. The Gemara is asked it should be to the other place. Armalei shari parsoy de machvile b'mochog. Oh, they would do like this. They'd have sign language. He didn't have to like get up and talk to him. They had some kind of etiquette. Yeah, some kind of etiquette where they spoke to each other that way without having, to make it comfortable.
Time out.
Sign language.
Like football.
Mayim rishonim mehechan matchila. Now, who does the natilas yadayim? Rav Sheshes asked the Reish Galusa, what do the Persians do? Who does Mayim rishonim? Armalei min hagadol. So the gadol washes his hands first. Freak the Gemara. Yeshev gadol v'yishmar davash nodlin kulam. So what do you mean? If he washes his hands, so he has to sit there like a klutz until everybody goes and washes their hands? That's not covered. So again, the Persians would have these TV trays, right? They would bring you your own table. So the moment he washed, they would already bring him this table. He could start eating. He didn't have to wait for the other people. What about mayim achroinim? Now, when they wash their hands after the meal, who does that? The most inferior person there starts. So the gadol has to sit there with dirty hands and wait until everybody washes their hands first. So you don't understand, says the Gemara. No. They would keep his food and tableware with him. They're all washing, but he has his table. He's eating and fressing and everything like that. Then, right before he washes, they take the tableware and he washes. Rav Sheshes. You can tell me what your Persians are doing. I'm no amastis nida. What I know is a baraisa. The Tanya. Ketzad seder haseba. How should this work with people leaning? Bisman shein shtei mitos. Godel mesiv barosh. V'sheni lo lamate menu. So, no, it's like a train. The gadol is in front, like the conduct, like the locomotive, and the sheni is below him, to his feet. Bisman shein sholosh mitos. Gadol mesiv barosh. Sheni lo lamale menu. Shlishi lo lamate menu. If there's three, then they do it like the Persians did. He's in the middle. The sheni lo is ahead of him, and the third one is at his feet. And what does the Brisa say? Mayim harishonim haklimin hagadol. The gadol does mayim rishonim. Mayim achronim, it depends. Bizman shehem hey, if there's 5 people or less, matchilim min hagadol. Ubizman shehem meya, there's a lot of people, matchilim min hakotin. Ad shemegim etzel hey, till they get down to the 5. V'choyzun mischam min hagadol. Then, to give honor to the gadol, they go to the gadol first of the last 5. And who benches? The one who did the mayim achronim. He says that's where the bracha goes. If they get down to 5, I'm reading Rashi, not lagadol, and if the gadol did it at that point, did the mayim achronim, hu mavarech. Now, now if he commanded somebody else to do the washing, that was a signal that he should also be mavarech. And Messiah le Rav, and this supports that story we already heard of Rav. The one who does mayim achronim first makes the benching. And there's a story. Rav Chia, Havayasu v'tzadosa kamed Rebbe. Rav and Rav Chia were eating food in front of Rebbe. Armalei Rebbe le Rav. Rebbe commanded Rav, Kum mashi yadcha, go wash your hands. Chazid come there to Rav Chia saw that Rav was nervous. Armalei Bar Pachsik, don't be nervous. He's telling you, review in your mind all the hilchos of birchos hamazon. How do you do it? What should you say? Etc. Because the signal of benching is who I'm giving the honor to wash my machronim, and I'm giving you the honor to do so. Okay, stop here. We had exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Very nice.
Okay, Yeshikoyach, everybody.